Alright guys, so this video is going to be about the equipment and the different choices and how to make a choice depending on what type of build you want for your hero. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So first thing I want to do, I want to look at Jinsoyun. Let's look at her skill, and we want to look at her leader passive. Alright, so she has the Summon Spectral Sword. And you can see here that each stack of Spectral Sword triggers one attack, and each attack deals 198% of attack power as damage. With that being said, I want you to kind of keep that in mind. You can see how she really depends on attack power. Alright, so now we're going to look at the weapons of choice. And now it doesn't matter if you're on level 40, 35, or 30. As far as your weapons, the substats are going to be the same, but they'll just be a lower percentage. And your attack power, the amount that you would gain from it is going to be different. But the concept is still the same. So you can see here you have the Azure Flash Sword, the Flash Axe, and the Flash Gauntlet. Now the Gauntlet provides defense piercing, attack power, and all type damage. The Axe, critical damage, skill damage increase, and all type damage. And here you see that the Flash Sword gives critical rate, attack power, and skill damage increase. So what we were looking at with Jinsoyun, we know that everything is dependent on attack power. So we want this to be our focus. However, you have to you have attack power in the Gauntlet. So the thing is, we were looking at her skill. So you have the attack power that's going to benefit her as far as the damage and her skill, but you also have the skill damage increase that also is going to increase the damage. And then you have the crit rate. I mean, your crit rates, there are different ways to get the crit rate up, but you have like 3 things that really benefit. But what we were looking at with attack power and her skill, these two are going to really be good for her. So this would be my weapon of choice for Jinsoyun. And then look at the body armor. You have the Flash outfit, Flash uniform, and Flash attire. Of all of these, the only one with attack power is the Flash uniform. So this is automatically going to be my choice for Jinsoyun. Now let's go look at another hero. Baek Buyong. But the skill I want to look at with her is her leader passive. Well, I want to look at both. Let's look at the sacred skill first. The Ice Jade Fragment. Defense piercing increases by 5% for each debuff on the attack target, up to 30%. And defense piercing by 15% for the effect duration. So you can see defense piercing is a big part of her skill, big part of her kit. But now let's go look at her leader passive also. Critical rate plus 31% for 5 seconds. So she's going to be able to crit fairly easily once she uses her leader passive. So now we're going to go back and we're going to look at the boots. You have the Flash shoes, the Flash loafers, and the Flash boots. You can see she has crit rate here and critical damage. This one has crit rate and defense piercing. And this one has defense piercing and critical damage. So defense piercing, we see she has. This is going to make her defensive piercing even stronger. So I'm going to choose this particular boot. But she already has a crit rate increase. So that means she's going to be critting a lot. And if you choose critical rate, it just gives her more of an opportunity to perform a critical hit. But if she's already up there and going to perform the critical rate with her kit, I'm going to go with critical damage, because this means whenever she crits, you're going to get more damage from her with the boots that she has. So I'm going to go with defense, piercing, and critical damage for the boots for Baek Buyong, based on her skill and her leader passive. I actually go with whatever they're stronger with and try to make them even stronger in that category. But at the same time, I want to let you know that this is all based on a chart that was given to us in the Discord. And let me bring that up, and I'll put a link to this chart and all of the information in the description in the video. But this chart, you can see here, you have attack power, all type damage, damage bonus up here. And these are how they affect, or what they affect with the hero. If it has a circle, attack power will affect the field basic attack. So as you can see, attack power is going to basically affect everything. Except you see here like a shield that's basically says it scales on health points or something of that nature. But you can never go wrong, or very rarely will you go wrong if you choose attack power in your equipment. And then you see here you have skill damage increase, which basically only works with attacking skills, elemental effect, and combo effects. So you'll be missing out on all of this if you choose skill damage alone on a hero, unless their skill is really, they have to really be in a niche situation where you're only looking at skill damage increase. But if you want to do like I did with the skill damage increase combined with attack power, I think that's really the best way to go with some heroes. And of course, damage over time is going to apply more to like poison or burn effect and get more damage out of those. But there's one thing I want to show you before I go, and look here at all type damage and damage bonus. You can see they're exactly the same as far as what they affect, or how they help a hero. So I want to kind of go and let's look at the accessories or the jewelry. You have skill damage increase, all type damage, and damage bonus. So you can see here the substats: critical resistance, ignore, block, defense, piercing, all stay the same. However, look at damage bonus is 18.1%, and all type damage is 14.8. 18.1 and 14.8. If we go back to the chart, and they affect the same thing, I choose damage bonus almost every single time over all type damage. Because if they affect the same thing and it has a higher percentage, there's really no reason that I've seen to choose all type damage over damage bonus in that particular accessory. And maybe there's something out there, maybe you've seen something, guys. If so, let me know. So, hey guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I need all the support I can get. And I'll see you guys in the next stream.